Hi, you're finally awake. You were caught trying to cross the border, same as us. And that thief over there. Hello everybody. I don't know what this video is gonna be. I did have a script, but it's just ravings of a lunatic. This is just things I wanted to talk about involving the Elder Scrolls. Side note, I'm gonna be ranting about everything from memory, but rest assured, I am indeed a semi-expert lorebeard. That's a lie. The races. For the sake of clarity, I will be referring to the elves in their formal names. As a proud Nord, it hurts my tongue to repeat the word elf over and over, so this is just better for me. So, in case you need to brush up on your merry knowledge, the Altmer are the High Elves, the Bosmer are the Wood Elves, the Dunmer the Dark Elves, the Orsimer the Orcs, yes, Orcs are elves, I'll explain later, Dwemer the Dwarves, they're missing, allegedly banished from Nirn by Kine after messing with her husband's dead heart, but, well, Chimer, now the Dunmer, Aldmer, Old Elves, extinct / became the Elves of the Day, Falmer, the Snow Elves, extinct / turn into monsters / missing. They're not missing, they're killing children in Skyrim. The Maumer, the Sea Elves, extinct, probably. Now for the races of man, ranked from best to worst. The Nords, the Redguards, the Bretons, and the Imperials. The Needs are like the proto-humans. They're extinct / evolved into Nords, Bretons, and Imperials. Now for the beast folk. Argonians. Khajiit. If I had to pick a top 3 from that, I'd say the Nords are the best humans, the Dunmer are the most interesting elves, and the Argonians are just the coolest. As much as I'd love for the Ebonheart Pact from TSO to come on back into the modern Elder Scrolls era, I understand why they can't happen. Those 3 peoples kind of really hate each other. Kinda. Maybe. A lot, but not really, but yes. Now it's time for the racism section. The High Elves are currently being controlled by the Thalmor, which are basically Naughties. They generally see themselves as the superior elven race of all of Tamriel. They'd even happily dominate their own brother races and the other races of man if they could.
Ultimate. They act all high and mighty until you leave them in a pool of their own blood.
The Bosmer are obligated, while living in Valenwood, to eat the flesh of their fallen enemies, aka they are cannibals. The Dunmer have practiced slavery for centuries, mainly enslaving Argonians and Khajiit. Orsimer are the result of their god Trinimac getting eaten by Boethia, which she then passed him out of her, and he became Malakath, which changed his followers from elves to orcs. Nords have definitely massacred the most elves of any race, not including the settler from the future known as Balinor Rightstrake. Bretons are the descendants from human slaves that procreated with their high elven masters. Redguards love murder almost as much as the High Elves and Nords. Imperials. I can't really think of anything, but I suppose they've dominated the entire continent of Tamriel through their empires multiple times. Khajiit. I also can't think of anything. They're pretty chill, although maybe the fact that they were willingly letting the Thalmor influence them is evil enough. Argonians. By Talos, they're also pretty chill. I suppose the fact that they were created by the sentient histories in the image of Man and Myr is pretty weird. Side note, during the Oblivion Crisis, when Mehrunes Dagon tried to invade Tamriel, the Argonians successfully pushed back the Daedra, then they freaking counter-invaded Oblivion and actually started winning. The Daedra panicked and quickly shut off all the Oblivion gates in Blackmarsh, making them the only race to successfully fend off the Daedric invasion. So, I guess they're pretty cool. This was not an attempt to make fun of your favorite races. I believe you can like whatever you want. I just wanted you to see them in a new blood-covered light. Aedra and Daedra. The gods and demons of Nirn are pretty interesting. I won't be going into detail of all of them because there were just so many of them and so many different versions of them. Talos, the first mortal to ascend to godhood, joining the other divines in Aetherius. The Nords and Imperials freaking love this guy because he was a human and founded the current empire. Nobody tell the Nords that Talos might have been a Breton. Lorkhan, the creator of the known world. It is said that Lorkhan either convinced the divines or maybe tricked them into helping him create Nirn and Mundus at the cost of losing some of their divine power. The Daedra are the beings who refused to help in the creation of Nirn and thus kept their power. When the divines realized Lorkhan tricked them, they freaking ripped out his heart and shot it into the ocean with a bow. This would later form the Red Mountain, the largest volcano on the continent located in Morrowind. Some of the Daedra quickly escaped from Nirn, tearing holes in the sky that are known as the Stars. Other Daedra decided to stay on Nirn, their divinity slowly melting away, leading to the formation of the Elves. Side note, Elves believes they are descendant from the gods, as seen before, whereas the Nords believe Kine, another Daedra, breathed them into existence. Some interpret this as Kine blowing winds into the sails of early human travelers that made their ways to the north of the continent in Skyrim. It's no secret that I like Nords. I usually play Nords in Elder Scrolls games. They have an interesting mythology, a deep, rich culture that just makes your head spin in a good way, at least from the Elder Scrolls 3 interpretation of Nords. I've had people in real life tell me that they think of me differently because I usually play Nords. With complete seriousness in their voice, they'd say, Nords are just white guys. This is at best ignorance and at worst racism. Play whatever race you want, guys. Don't be dumb. When the first Nords arrived in Skyrim from their home continent of Atmora, they found themselves in the land of the Snow Elves. They actually got along very well, or at least didn't hate each other, even having a settlement in Sarthal that they shared with the Snow Elves. Suddenly, the Snow Elves blamed the Nords of hiding some secret power they planned to use on the Elves, so the Snow Elves massacred them all down just to a few people, one of them being Ysgramor, whose name should ring a bell with you if you ever played Skyrim. Ysgramor brought back an army of Nords along with the 500 companions and promptly handed the Snow Elves their own pale rears, and sending them underground with the Dwemer. The Snow Elves deserved it if you asked me. Ulfric Stormcloak is a broken man, and probably the most interesting person in all of Skyrim. Probably one of the first people to actually show kindness to the orcs, offering land in Skyrim where they could live as they wanted in the orc strongholds. He accepted Dunmer refugees into Windhelm after the eruption of Red Mountain. He is handsome. He captured the city of Markarth from the savage Reachmen. He is a staunch supporter of Talos and an independent Skyrim. The true High King and son of Skyrim, the greatest hero to ever live. Maybe it's time for the Empire to end, to be replaced with a new, glorious Nordic Empire led by Ulfric himself, shouting filthy Thalmor to dust and rightfully claiming all of Nirn for the Nords. Why stop there? Under Ulfric, we shall invade Oblivion, dominating the Daedric princes, even taking over all of Aetherius. The divines themselves will recognize Ulfric Stormcloak as the rightful god emperor of all mankind and the universe. All hail Ulfric Stormcloak, true High King of all mankind. Probably not. But like I said before, these are the ravings of a madman. I might as well be Sheogorath. Now, that's all I wanted to say for the day. If you had any problems, I don't care. Go away. Bye-bye!
Storm, crown, born of the north, brother in arms to all true Norse. Empire, Tullius too. They hate me cause I preach the truth. Hate the legion, love Ulfric. What's the matter, elf, you feeling sick? What's the matter, you? Wishing that the gods were Stormcloak blue.